Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here. And there's a couple of stories that I think don't obviously go hand in hand, but at the end of the day, what are they? They're a push towards an automation nation through the use of DARPA diagnosis. Yep, DARPA diagnosis. We got Spot, the DARPA robot out of MIT, going to give you your diagnosis. Don't worry, there's a human being behind there. They're just going to take your vitals. It's going to be safe. It's going to be safe, right? In this push towards an authoritarian automation nation by using right now an isolation nation. Because if you don't think that psychological warfare is going on hardcore in this country right now, well, I'm going to show you what they're doing to Sunni Oneana students here. And they've upped the number now. Remember earlier today I said they're reporting, I think, 2.5, almost 300. Now it's almost 300. I'm telling you now, my sources are telling me it's closer to 5. They're leaking out information. And they're doing abhorrent things to teenage kids where they're isolating them. They're basically putting them in the hole, right? If you're in jail, they just put you in a room and that's it. And you got to stay there and you're by yourself. And that's it. No betting. You know what I mean? I mean, it's unbelievably ridiculous. And isolating them from their friends, their family, only giving them digital communications. This is a nuts. Showing up with people in a hazmat suit. But you see, you got to dehumanize people and scare them with fear to make them accept the robot takeover that is happening, not even really slowly, more like surely in front of our eyes. Remember that DARPA robot? It wasn't just doing this. It's over in Thailand telling you to social distance, but there it's not 6 feet, it's 3 feet, right? So we're going to go over all this. We're going to show you that story in a moment. Watch out. You might be watching harmful content. I could not be doing this without you guys. We do it several times a day. I'm trying to up it. We were doing it 3 to 7 times a day. I don't know when the last time I kicked out 7 times a day. It's been a while. But we do try to go at least several times a day here. So $5, $10, $15. It means the world to me, guys. Remember, all my documentary films are free right now here in the playlist section. You can also support me on Rockfin. Let's get it going. All right. So paging Dr. Spot, Boston Dynamics robot dog, is sniffing out coronavirus symptoms in patients from over 6 feet away at Massachusetts Hospital. So obviously this is Massachusetts Institute of Technology. This is where Boston Dynamics is it. That's their arm of DARPA. And we've seen many of their robots. And now they're using this with a cute little pad, huh? Look how cool that is. Oh, we're going to take your vitals. We'll swab you here. We'll take your blood pressure. And you see how there's the attachments? See how they have all these little different attachments on the back? That's not just for medical stuff, all right? So I want to show you this thing in action really quickly as we talk about it. Because we've already seen that now they're also using what? Avatar kiosks, right? Avatar kiosks for law enforcement in places, I believe, like Denmark, right? And this is all a push, right? They want, defund the police goes hand in hand with this too. They want your medical, they want your law enforcement to be obedient robots that cannot think for themselves, that cannot push back ever, that run programs and take care of the people as the automation nation comes in. And sure, right now, that's a real doctor on the other end, right? But as we know, deep fakes are getting better and better. AI is getting better and better. These avatars now are more like an Xbox game, etc., etc. But one day they will be indistinguishable from human beings on the other side of that screen, right? And if you don't understand right now that what you are watching is transhumanism in your face, well, I tell you to look again. Because I'm going to say this. We now have almost 300 students testing positive, officially. I'm hearing in the community there's almost 500 positives. Not one hospitalization. Let me repeat that. Not one hospitalization, but you're seeing all this cluster upended. Remember, they didn't even the PCR tests themselves, all right, may be wrong, okay? So 90% of them may be false positives because they're too sensitive, okay? They don't have enough of the virus to actually transmit. But if you're going to use this as a metric and then not test the kids pre and then test them within 48 hours, do you not see the fixes in? You know, to again instill fear, shut things down. My local economy is devastated. It's devastated. They're locking down the entire campus for 2 weeks. So the entire campus has to stay on campus, stay in the rooms. They're allowed to go outside in clusters of like 3 people. They're herding them like chattel. But that's if you didn't test positive. You see, if you tested positive, this is what's happened to you. Okay? Somebody in a hazmat suit calls you at 12:30 at night and comes and picks you up, all right, and takes you to isolation. That's what happens to you. Okay, let me read this post from this gentleman. He's a student's father. Okay, update. This was posted on Monday from event Sunday night, Monday morning. At this time, I am confident that SUNY Oneonta is looking at their practices and making the necessary adjustment. Let's hope after this little bump in the road. See, he's trying to be so apologetic, it kills me. The students take this pandemic more seriously. It wasn't their fault. You can point to any kind of party you want, all right? It's ridiculous. Everybody is asymptomatic. There's one kid with 100 fever. That's it. 90+% are asymptomatic. And remember, they've been here over 2 weeks. There's no outbreak in my community either. It's not like anybody in my community is in the hospital. Do you get it? This is about dehumanizing them. Okay, so I want to read this. He's trying to be apologetic, but this is what he wrote last night. There is a real crisis of administration at SUNY Oneonta that is horrifying. And they purposely, by the way, didn't test because they wanted that extra money of what they knew would be like 200 to 500 students that would pop hot. They knew it. They absolutely knew it. If anybody has a media contact, please let me know. I tweeted and emailed News 12 so far. Attached is a video going viral. If a kid tested positive, they received a call telling them they had 10 minutes to get a bag ready and to be outside of their dorm. This started after midnight last night. Okay, this is back in Sunday night. Think about that. You've taken the test, you're wondering what's going on, you feel fine, and then all of a sudden you get this, you got 10 minutes to pack a bag. Okay? They put them in total isolation. The room doesn't have any adult or medical personnel. It's ridiculous. We know somebody's been in an ISO dorm 3 days without bedding. The isolation dorms have all windows closed and all shades drawn. What is that? I mean, come on. That's what this is about. And this is happening in my community. It's here. It's here, it's here, it's here. And these kids didn't know what they were signing up for. They're moving you away from being a human being. They don't want you to shake hands. They don't want you to see someone's face. They sure don't want you to hug. They don't want you to talk with one another. We did the video from Australia today, right? Where they incarcerated a woman for incitement for a Facebook post. They don't want you to speak out. Thought crime is real crime right now. The thought police are the real police in a westernized country in Australia. And right now, is this not almost the same thing? Sure, that wasn't a police officer that came, but sure, it was somebody in authority putting you in an ISO dorm in a hazmat suit. Here in America, now, to a teenager. Where is the outrage? Folks, thumbs this video up, subscribe, share. I have reached out on Twitter right now and told people, I've tweeted this out, if somebody has a first-hand account of this, if somebody knows a student that's in one of these isolation dorms that would like to give their account, please DM me. If you have video evidence you would like to share with the world, please DM me. Let's get this out there. And guys, again, I couldn't do it without you. $5, $10, $15, it means the world to me. We just started. It is September. Go hit the GoFundMe down below. Please check out the documentary films. Please share them with other people. And please let people know what is going on in New York and America today. We're not in the city, guys. But they brought a bunch of kids up from Long Island in the city, knowing they would get these positives. They didn't have to take the test before, but they had to take the test after. And then they can blame it on whatever they want. Oh, they didn't social distance enough. Oh, they partied too much. Oh, there was classes on campus. But you have no metric to measure it by. It's madness. Remember, you can support me over on Rockfin. And if you do hit the premium account, you get Kim Iverson, you get Askren, you get Jimmy Dore, you get Tripoli, Duke Rufus, John Fitch, and others. I'll be doing a broadcast later with Ricky Verandas and John Fitch, talking about mixed martial mindset and more. If you create a free account, yesterday we had an exclusive. The time is now. Please go check that out. Make the free account. If we are kicked off of this platform, this is where we're going. And if you are a premium member, there's also another video that is not on YouTube, an exclusive radio interview I did just yesterday. So guys, thank you for joining me. Get this story out there. I love you, and I'll see you on the flip.